Sup, it's your boy Big Reg coming to you once again from the shadow of the big house. And this time, feeling oh so good. Why, you might ask? Well, because the Michigan Wolverines found themselves back on track, baby. This time beating the Washington Huskies 24 to 10, was it? I'll say
24-7.
7. And what a victory it was. Michigan Nation was on the edge, the precipice of losing the gosh darned minds after the debacle of the West Coast swing. Michigan Nation was laid low. There was more and more questions every day, no pun intended. But the Michigan Wolverines finally found a way to right the ship. And it was all down to the Marshall plan. Throw it to Zach Marshall, run it with Jordan Marshall, and throw in a little bit more of the Andrew Marsh. The Marshall plan was in full effect, and it got the job done. So I raise my glass to that.
I don't, it was a Marshall Plan a good thing or a bad thing for the US? I don't even remember.
It was a good thing, I guess. In total, yeah. Anyway, we raise our glass to that. And we also raise our glass to the reformation of one Wink Martindale. Dr. Blitz, Doctor, send a couple more every time. Toned it down finally, and was able to lead the Wolverines defense in a vintage performance of bold constrictor. Squeeze, squeeze. And you were loving it. I was loving it. Everybody was loving it. Finally, the Wolverines look like the Wolverines of old. So I raise my glass to that.
But anyways,
Joining me tonight, this man is ripped, raring, and ready to go. It's the one, the only producer, Jay Bizzle.
this is a workman's shirt, okay? A national championship workman's shirt. This is what they should be wearing to get ready for the next game because that's how you should play it.
There you go. They went back to TCB taking care of business. Okay. The Wolverines weren't playing around anymore. There was no more of these shenanigans. You know what else I was glad that we didn't see a lot of or any of this past game was any trick plays. None of those shenanigans, nothing like that. Just listen, we got a workhorse in Jordan Marshall. The young man is a hoss. You know what I'm saying? Every time he beginning the season, we were pretty down on him. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. He was looking, like he couldn't find the holes. He couldn't do this, couldn't do that. But if there's one person that has improved as the season has gone along, it is Jordan Marshall. And Jordan Marshall, I raise my glass to you, my friend.
There's a lot of terror raising right there. Uh the more that he plays, his number is a 2-3. The more he plays like two,
Mm,
the better he's gonna be. And that's what we needed from him for sure.
for sure. For shizzle, for show. The man was, listen, he didn't break off a 75-yard or anything like that, but he kept us on schedule. He ground out the hard work. So I give him my blue collar trophy of the day. Jordan Marshall. Nobody deserves a nice. Well, actually, he's underage, isn't he? So never mind that. I'm not going to give you no liquors. Can't give you a glass, but I'll raise my glass to you and the hard work that you put in this last game. Because man, oh man, he, he did the tough work to make sure the Michigan Wolverines were not in the same position that they were in last week, where they kept falling more and more behind schedule, third and long, third and long, third and long. No, not many of that this week, thanks to Jordan Marshall and the hard runs.
You got to also give him a shout out for him recognizing what that offensive line was doing for him because he
Mm,
was very appreciative and saying the holes opened up more. The way that he was able to kind of get support from that offensive line to get those runs happening, averaging 5.3 yards per carry. I mean, that is where we need to be, if not more. Um, Man, having Justice Haynes like down for the count, that's like a brutal approach to the game. But Jordan Marshall, I can't be more proud of a Michigan running back than him literally putting the team on his shoulders and
mm.
going there.
Got it done.
Right?
Got the
Nameless,
job done. What? Go ahead. Sorry.
Nameless is there. Where what
Yeah, man.
This guy is nuts. He looks like he's in a police chase video right now. Like he's running from the cops.
Hey,
Like he just knocked over a CVS and he's on the run. Holy smokes.
oh my goodness,
Ladies and
this is
gentlemen, it's the one, the only nameless guest. Where are you running from and who are you running from? Get
okay. So I am straight off of church group. So this is the kindest, gentlest form of nameless that we're ever gonna get.
oh, mama.
Just it's just gonna be lots of grace and mercy on even. But luckily, this is coming on the heels of a massive win. So this sets up very nicely. This would have been real awkward if it was like last week, maybe. But no,
Oh,
this makes it easy for me.
well, there you go. You must be, you of all people, must be feeling pretty good after what you saw from the Wolverines this past weekend. I, for one, was relieved,
Yes.
once we got into the second half. The first half, it was a tight game. There was a lot of miscues, where I thought, we left a lot of points on the board. But the encouraging thing was, second half, they put it together and they got the W in a big way. Sorry,
Speaking of those miscues, didn't you get that feeling? I know lots of Wolverine did, where you have too many of those. It's the kind of situation where you feel like, uh-oh, this is gonna bite you. You can't be leaving points, out
Mm.
there. Um, but man, it's just we literally flipped the script with the physicality, the trench play being dominant again, the discipline not. I mean, the defense got their act together and played as a unit. The run fits as some of these these more sophisticated types like to say, just plugging those lanes and just everything just back to a good old Michigan ball and exerting that dominance. It was like, whoa. Now we gotta figure out a way to iron out the kinks where we're not stumbling, bumbling, and just having all these like because the margin for error is just going to get tighter as we
Mm.
march forward till the end of the season. This is our new mission. Now we clean it up and get refined and refined and refined. And these young pups, by the end of the season, you could just consider them graduated, right? They're
Well,
they're going to be a better product, and let's just see.
this
Yeah,
guy,
like this version of Nameless is just so joyful right now that it actually kind of makes me sick because that was not the sentiment he put on the thread. Uh, but I need the dose of reality. We don't have Squarehead on here, so I'm gonna kind of play a little bit of Squarehead advocate. Um, there are parts of this game where I felt like, namely, that Wink was reprimanded.
oh,
I
come
think almost like in the middle of the game, in terms of like changing his defense. You could tell
he a
because at the
grown
beginning
man. He a
we
grown
we
man.
we went with the same kind of zone play, blitzing, and Washington did the same thing. They just threw it to where the ball. I mean, if the announcers can testify to our defensive strategy and pointing out exactly like it how it happened with USC, I mean, that's one thing. Of course, the script got flipped, right? So he stopped sending blitzers, and then all of a sudden, our linebackers were in position now, and they were able to make some plays on there. So that's the part of it where I feel like, uh, maybe to credit to the coach more, maybe there was more of an influence on that defensive scheme that's on there to really prove the fact that, man, I I I think also Squarehead, we're very much in the say. I would say a lot of additional Wolverine fans are very much putting hot Wink on the hot seat right now.
Ay,
And
ay.
I think Washington proves that whatever he was trying to do before, he had to change it. Whether he did it or someone forced him to do it, I don't know. But that's the part where I feel like it's a little bit too much rosy sunglasses, bright shiny day kind of vibe, where in reality it was continues to be a weakness being exposed on there.
What?
I know.
What is this? Does not even make sense. that is like this sounds like stuff we could have said last week because there was plenty of material to put him under fire. But of all weeks to bash on Wink, this is an awkward one because this was a turnaround. And I mean, okay, if there's evidence that like Moore leaned on him, okay, whatever. I haven't heard that. But all I saw was an impressive, very, very impressive defensive just display of holding. I mean, these playmakers are no joke. They command the respect around the Power Four. Come on, like they're gonna watch future weeks how Washington performs against some other defenses. They're gonna start tearing it up again.
Yeah,
Wink did great. Kudos to him.
yeah, I gotta say, because going into this game, everybody was talking about the firepower that Washington was going to bring. They were talking about the young man at quarterback for Washington being a possible Heisman Trophy candidate, all these kind of things. Okay, and the pressure was on Wink, and the fact that Wink, the first half, let's be honest, Washington miscues definitely helped keep the score down. So it's like just like our miscues, we left a few points on the board. Washington probably left a few points on the board too in the first half. But the important part was in the second half when they needed to make that move, when they needed to shift it into a higher gear, that wasn't able to do because the defense finally came in and clamped down. So that was the encouraging part. And like I said, that was reminiscent of past Michigan teams where the second half squeeze was being put on. And that was the important part. So I'll raise my glass to Wink. Whether he got the talking to from Sharon Moore or not, you know what? You know what? Maybe he did, but that's the way it should be. As a head coach to your
Well, then kudos to Moore.
that's what I'm saying. If it did happen,
Right.
great, because that's just another step in the growth and evolution of Coach Moore as a head coach. And if it didn't, that's great too, because that's another a different step for Wink in his evolution as well. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I think it's good news. Wow, these guys.
I mean, it was good to see Derek Moore come to life because, we need our superstars to be superstars. I mean, these studs need to start stepping up and making a name for themselves. And it was high time that our super studs play like it. So, and any shout outs yet? Sorry to join in late, but Cole Sully, all he does is make plays. We cannot afford to not play him in like tons of snaps. I saw a little comment on one of these YouTube thingies that I watched. I was like, can Soul play slot receiver for us, please? Because like all he does is anything he touches his hands, it's a catch, man.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Pump the brakes already, dude.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Come on. Slot receiver.
Dude, we love that guy.
Let's not get crazy. Come on. Holy smolies.
Speaking of which, if you want a little bit of negativity, I'll give it to you. Yes, was this an awesome dominant win that we much needed and even bigger than the spread? Yeah, it was just what we needed, okay? But we are still maddeningly giving number 0 more than the number of targets that's on its back. He should be getting 0 targets, okay? And I don't hate the guy. It's just when you underperform and drop it that much, you can't keep giving him multiple targets, let alone like some of the most critical ones, like a 4th and 1. You can't keep blaming it on fastballs. Like Marsh doesn't seem to have a problem holding on to those fastballs. Reserve tight end number 3, number 4 doesn't seem to be having so much trouble holding on to those fastballs. I mean, come on, you're one of the only ones that's actually an experienced non-freshman, redshirt freshman for us. Come down with the ball. And then this year, I'm sorry, you've kind of squandered your chances.
If you want to fight for reps and win out again next year's camp, more power to you, okay? But enough with the wasted targets. That's my That's my little. Still not happy with what I'm seeing there.
Yeah, it was pretty apparent when Morgan, run that in and out type of thing, and then he basically dropped the ball, and then Andrew Marsh runs the same route, literally the same play, catches the ball, does what he needs to do on there. So
Mm.
it's clear that I think they've almost moved onwards, right? And then Morgan didn't actually get a catch until a little bit later in the second half of it, but that's the part where we gotta reward the people who perform. We gotta whoever they are, freshmen, whoever they are, that's what needs to happen. It's great to see like Zach Marshall, guy's been on the team for what, 3.5 years, barely plays, special teams, but when they call on him, he catches the ball, scores a touchdown, he's readily available. That's the mindset that needs to have happen with this team. And I'm glad that's the part that I am glad about is that those opportunities are given. People are proving themselves, stepping up to the plate. I mean, that's the Michigan way, right? Be ready at all times.
There you go. Next man up. Next man up. I mean, I was about to, lose my mind again when they said Marlon Klein was not playing and
Mm.
when Hogan Hansen was up. I was about, oh man. But what did you know? What did you know? The third and fourth string tight ends. I can't remember the second guy's name.
Tonelli, whatever.
Yes, Tonelli, him. He stepped up as well. He had one. You know what? Never mind. They both played good, but Zach Marshall, you really got to hand it to that young man. I raise my glass to you. You don't get many opportunities in life. You know what I mean? But him, when the bell was rung, ding 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 ding, he answered the bell and he did a heck of a job. So kudos to you, young man. But I'm not gonna lie
Oh,
to you.
oh, oh! I hear more bells ringing. Ding,
What?
ding, ding. Who else answered the bell? Who
What?
else? JB, who's your favorite guy? That your MVP? Who else answered the bell? Come on, Jay Bizzle.
I have no idea who you're talking
You,
about.
have you guys already touched on Blake Frazier coming on in relief duty?
Oh my God.
Answer the bell.
Yes, yes.
Well, you gotta feel
Come
bad
on,
for
talk on
everyone.
that. Talk on that, please.
One, I feel
Well, we
bad
think
for Evan Link.
that's
Yes.
okay. Yeah.
We can't
Right.
lose another offensive lineman. Like that's the big downside of it.
Hmm.
But man, Blake Frazier looks the part. He looks, acts, does the part. Was there any concern of the left side of the line after that would happen? No. Did we run more left? Yes. Why?
Down.
Number 77.
Long line of 77s.
77.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's a lucky,
Legacy.
maybe it's a lucky number, but that 77 legacy, like you're saying, nameless, raise my glass to that. Blake
Mm.
Frazier, what a job. But the one thing though that gives me heart attack now is I don't know where to place our bets anymore because the attack is so varied from week to week.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing for Michigan football because you're keeping the opponents guessing. But it's
Yes.
bad for the Michigan fans who's trying to put down parlays because you were also kept guessing. Who's going to be the main targets from week to week? Is it going to be Andrew Marsh? Is it going to be the tight ends? Is it going to be a heavy day running the ball? You just don't know anymore. I guess the only thing you could count on at this point is Bryce Underwood, 200 yards passing.
Yeah.
Raise my
Yeah.
glass to that.
Yeah. McCulley, we missed out on McCulley. I
Mm.
think it was by like 6 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like when your tight ends are catching the ball, when you're running the ball that well,
You got to roll with them.
you got to roll with him. Andrew Marsh obviously playing well on here. McCulley still performed really well, did a tremendous amount of blocking. That one pass that was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be probably thrown out of bounds or at least tuck it and run. That was almost a nightmare. But otherwise, McCulley, you still played well, buddy. I don't care if you didn't get your 40 yards, but
In defense of McCulley, I don't know for a fact, but what I do know is our number one corner is a stud. Takario, whatever his name, he is someone we wanted. Michigan recruited him, wanted him. I think it was a massive portal addition. for the
He's
Huskies,
living up to the
and
hype now. Yeah.
he is good. And so most likely that dude covered McCulley, which really opened it up for everybody else, right? So Marsh and the tight ends should be thanking McCulley, big man, tying up their shutdown corner. It's a team game. So if they have to devote one of their best cover guys to our number one, there's gonna be production to be had.
Were you surprised at how well our secondary played?
Ugh.
Come on, it wasn't that bad. Some of the safety play maybe could have been a little bit better. But as a whole, though, as a whole, you don't think we did pretty good? I think we did pretty good.
I think
I
so.
I think because of that defensive shift where we weren't blitzing the linebacker
Mhm.
anymore, and we are kind of pulling back, at least in the middle section, right? Instead of like leaving it wide open like
Mm.
we've had for the past 5 games. Um, that was helpful, I think, to our secondary. I don't know what happened to Hillman. He was not playing at all. I don't. Is he injured?
Oh
There's
yeah,
speculation that this might be like disciplinary. I mean, rampant speculation
Wow.
well, if it's
because
speculation,
he's not like bank. Well, no, wait a minute, wait a minute. Come to think of it, no. Jordan Marshall in the post game interview, I think, kind of made a little reference to B Hill maybe being banged up. So you might
Okay.
have to replay the tape on that. I think he actually did say something like that.
That I mean, it had kind of like a different effect on it, didn't it? Like, seemed to be a lot more tackling prowess in the secondary, and they are rotating a bunch of guys back there, so it was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a free for all. Honestly, sometimes I couldn't even recognize who the number was. No Rod Moore, no B Hillman, like Mason Curtis was back
Mason
there, like
Curtis, Mangle.
Mangum was there, who still is not that good.
oh
Uh,
whoa, look at this.
but yeah, like I I guess so. I think it I don't know. I'm very mixed up on that secondary. It's still very shaky to me.
That
Well, here's what I think helped. I think what really helped was shutting down their run game, making them one dimensional.
Mm.
So that's going to be a huge best friend to any secondary's job. So a little more pressure, you know, like we said, D Moore got 2 sacks.
Mhm.
It's not like we're putting on a ton of pressure. We need more pressure, though. Honestly, I mean that is kind of a sore spot. A little insecurity here from Nameless.
Mm.
We from having absolute elite top three best D line in the nation talk in the offseason to against medium good competition, we might get some pressures, but against the best fronts, it's not happening. It's gonna make itchy twitchy wink want to blitz again. I mean, because we can't get home
Mm.
yeah,
without and
all the talk before the game was would we be able to contain the Washington Husky quarterback? I
Mm.
can't remember his name because he was a dual threat type of dude. Not so much. Well, I shouldn't say dual threat. He was a threat to escape. He had a lot of escapability that people were hyping up. But I thought they contained him pretty good. There was a
Damon
couple.
Williams.
What was his name?
Demond
Damon
Williams.
Williams.
Yes, the
He's so
mom.
good.
Yeah. So I thought they did a heck of a job, especially in the second half, of containing his runs. He busted out a couple runs in the first half. But after that, they really, really flustered him. And I think it had a lot to do with, rushing 4 and then dropping back 11. Or no, 7, I mean. Holy smokes, I
7.
can't do math anymore.
She just
Dropping back 11. Holy smokes.
crack open another Terra. Come on.
Here we go. Hey, this is the good stuff, baby. The good stuff. But rushing for, and maybe we didn't get to him, but we were containing him,
Yes.
and then it showed in the how many interceptions do we have? 2, right?
3. Don't forget Jacob
Interceptions.
Auden laying on his back, dropping
Oh,
his belly.
That was a fluke. That was a
I know.
Luke or not, but there was another one. I think we could have had 4. Could have had 4. I can't remember the play, but I think we could have 4. But the fact that we got 3 interceptions for the day, it's a pretty good haul. You know what I'm saying? Especially against that offense. Now, the cynic would say that hey, this is a West Coast team with a 12 noon kickoff. So the Big Ten scheduling office did us a heck of a favor. And you
I
can
don't
kind of
care.
tell they were out of sync at the beginning of the game. You know what I mean? Because they're playing at 9 o'clock their time, which means they
Yeah.
probably had to get up at like 5 in the morning their time. You know what I mean? The body does not adjust that quickly. Believe me, I know. I'm still trying to get over my jet lag from the trip I took. Holy smokes.
Jeez, please.
I,
I mean, travel schedules, that's all part of playing in a large conference like this. So get
yeah,
used
but
to it.
this is nuts. This
We
is
gotta
nuts.
play. We gotta play at 7 p.m. on the West Coast. It's like 10 o'clock our time on there.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'd rather do that than play 9 a.m. in the morning. But the crazy thing is, they have us playing at noon versus Washington, and then against MSU, we're playing at 7 o'clock. I mean, what kind of craziness is this? Do you know how
It is.
drunk those fools are going to be? And when I
Yes.
say those fools, I mean Wolverine fans and Sparty fans, okay? Because they both drink equally as much. They are going to be hammered. Everyone in the state of Michigan is going to be hammered by the time kickoff comes around. So that to me is a bad, bad, bad idea.
I agree. That was I really don't like the evening game for this toxic, yes, toxic rivalry. It is. I'm okay. I think I forget who said it.
Getting there.
I'm good with them not playing. Just take this off the schedule. Just give them a 5-year break because they don't need to be playing each other.
I want
Somebody's gonna stomp on somebody's forearm or do some other crazy shenanigans. It's you can't trust what happens. The dirtiness that comes out. Word is that Jake Butt to this day friggin' hates Spartan Nation from the battles and the dirtiness that went on when he was playing. It's
Well,
it's horrendous.
yeah, but there was an extra level of spite when D'Antoni was the coach.
Oh yeah.
Very
Let's
much
be
so.
honest. You know what I mean? There was an
That was
extra
beyond
extra
hate.
layer
Yeah.
of spitefulness. You know?
I don't even know who the MSU coach is right now. So who?
Come on, it's Johnny
Jonathan Smith. Come on, man.
This
Well,
guy.
you don't have to know for long because he's not going to be their coach for very long, actually.
He
Oh,
won't be there much longer. But
Yeah.
he
are we
will.
segueing to the game? Are we segueing to?
Well, hey, last licks on this this victory. I mean, I've said my piece. I'm feeling good. Because again, they showed a lot of improvement over the things that we were harping on before. Most especially the lack of discipline, whether it was silly offensive um, gaffes, I'll put them that way, and then penalties on the defensive side of the ball. One thing that we didn't see a lot of this game, finally, thank God, third and long conversions by the opposing team. I think Washington had one third and long conversion the whole game, and the rest of the way, the defense finally was able to buckle down, show some discipline, and get off the field. So I raise my glass to that.
There you go. Hey,
It go ahead.
one thing that didn't get fixed just before we leave off of that,
Uh-oh.
that better, or we're just gonna go ape nuts, bananas. You know what? Specials. Get your freaking act together. Special. Talk about another coach that might not be around for that much longer. Oh, even Z, Captain Z, what's up? I mean, I that guy, I do feel like he'll get it together by rest of the season. He's just too talented. We've already seen him do it for an entire season. Oh, but the punting.
Horrible.
We need some help in every respect. The punting, the punt return, that's an area and much need that didn't get turned around this past week.
I still don't understand why zero. I mean, the zero should be like this kind of zero, but the zero is more like 0 yards because I'm not gonna return that thing on there. Yeah, that's just the punting alone. You cannot find a walk-on who can punt farther than this guy. That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
Well, he had a 55-yarder. The problem is he's so inconsistent. He's good for a shank or two. He's like 50%. He's like every other.
There's no pressure. There's not even anyone coming to him. He has like all the time in the world.
You know what people are saying? What we all can relate to? All of us. The yips. He's got the yips. He's got the in-game yips. There's no other explanation because he's apparently booming it in practice and in pregame warm-up. Ryder Zuniga, I think is his name, he was watching him and he was commenting to Isaiah Hole or somebody and saying, dude is just bombing it, bomb after bomb after bomb in pregame. Like if you're in the stands, literally just watching
anxiety.
Huh?
performance
yes.
anxiety.
He needs he needs a remedy
Holy
because
smokes.
you're right.
He needs a pill.
Maybe something's going on.
Oh, yeah. Are you telling me he needs some blue chew? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
Oh,
Mm.
whoa. We don't support that on here.
Holy smokes. No, but honestly, I think that you hit the nail on the head because when you look at even the shape of the kicks,
Yeah, horrible.
even the shapes are inconsistent. Sometimes it's high lofted, other times it's a looking line drive. It looks like a duck. You know what I mean? It just you don't know what you're gonna get from the kid. Which to me, even if I got somebody that's gonna kick shorter, I'd rather have consistently short than wildly inconsistent. And I don't
Or
know
at
what.
least directionally short. Like
Yeah,
it
that's
does
what I'm saying. Like some level of consistency where I know, like, hey, here's what I want you to do given your abilities, and the kid will be able to carry that out. You know what I mean? Versus, these just it's just a crapshoot. That's all it is. It's a crapshoot. Roll the dice. What are we gonna get? Who knows?
let's
Anyway,
let's let's talk about the game. Come on. This
gotta
is
move
this is what we
on.
came for.
First, is it the first big game of the? No, it's not the first big game of the year, but it's the first emotional game of the year. I'll put it that way. Where emotions are going to be riding sky high. There's going to be a lot of juice when it comes to this matchup. Huh? What? I'm just saying this. Listen, this game on paper looks like a walk. We're going to walk all over them, but I don't think that's the case. Michigan State had won three in a row, and who's not to say they can't turn it around this week? The quarterback, as much maligned as he is, I believe he's a talented young man. And on any given Saturday, I think they could turn it around. They got a heck of a receiver and the young man, Nick Marsh. You know what I'm saying? So if you got them two cats and they start balling out, you could be in a whole lot of trouble real quick. So if there's anything I want to see this weekend, I want to see a fast start from the Michigan Wolverines. I want to see them take the opening kickoff, get a long drive, like a 6 minute yarder, grind them out, start just wearing into their bones. You know what I'm saying? So that because they've been waiting all day for this game, they're probably gonna be foaming at the mouth, like, right? But if you take that kickoff and you take it like a 70-yard drive for a touchdown or for a tutty, takes the temperature of that stadium down real quick, real quick. So that's what I think is going to be key to this weekend. Get off to a fast start from Michigan, and lower that rabidness right away, because otherwise you're going to be in for the dogfight the rest of the night.
So I mean, are you gonna play it slow? Like you are gonna run on first down, or because Michigan has been kind of shying away a little bit from that a little bit recently.
I think you have to show dominance when it's a dogfight. Look at King Charles. Remember that dog from the internet, King Charles? Right when there's a fight, what does King Charles do? He goes right for the neck, right for the neck, the jugular, and it puts you down, buddy. Put you down. He asserts his dominance right away, and I think we need to do that with our offensive line. They have to set the tone. There's any position group that has to set the tone this weekend, offensive line has to step up this weekend, in my mind. They have to set the tone early. They have to set the tone um, definitively. There can be no question, no questions.
Okay. I mean, I'm never going to argue with the need for the O line to do better because they've just been underperforming. But I'm going to put this as a massive Bryce Underwood opportunity. I think we got to let him go this game. He can do some serious damage. All right.
Razzle dazzle. Is that what you're saying?
Throw it out. Yeah, let him air out. Do not insist in playing in a telephone booth and just make this an ugly, scrappy, dirty grudge match. I mean, we will be physical. Don't get me wrong, but our superiority behind Bryce's arm and their atrocious secondary It's just too enticing
Too
to
intense.
pass up. We have to let him rip it and do, I mean he can do it. He's ready. He's licking his chops. So sprinkle plenty of that in there. That'll loosen him up and open it up for hopefully a little bit of justice. If not, we're good. Pound that rock with what's his the Cincinnati kid, the Skylight chili eating kid, Jordan Marshall.
Holy smokes.
So we good there. And another little tip: make it 2 in a row to Sid B. Hillman. We don't need any
Whoa.
loose nuts or screws just popping off in this game, like collecting 15-yard personals and just inciting skirmishes and scandal. I mean, we've had enough of that in this history. We need to lower the toxicity.
Holy smokes.
Oh, it's too much. I mean, we have Devin Bush tearing up the field. We've got the tunnel fiascos. It's just too much. Just we need level-headed people that the coaches can trust is not going to just pop off.
Yes.
Okay, just keep it on the cool.
Keep it professional. That's
Jeez.
what we need to do.
No.
And honestly, we played the best when we let Bryce do his thing. And that's the part where I feel like if we let Bryce do his thing in the beginning and then we get it more than anything, instead of setting the tone, we need to score first. We need to score first. And however that happens, that's great. And after that, then we start grinding on them. I feel like that's a good game plan on it, but we need to score first. None of this slow play, none of this kind of thing where we're just trying to assert our dominance. That's the game that they would love to play. They would love for us to play like that, where we have a weapon in Bryce Underwood that can get us that TD. We have Andrew Marsh, our Marsh, who's I'm gonna say it, almost is getting close to being the Nick Marsh level, where it's like recognized NFL talent on there. Get him the ball. Let's see what happens. Score first. Right now the spread is 14.5. Yes, it could be within that 14.5 in a dogfight with two bitter rivals. There's nothing that they would love more than to upset us at home and to do those things. So that's why we need to strike first. We need that strike first. I can't stress enough. When we were at Washington and we were getting stuff on the fourth and short runs, I was irate. I was irate because you were trying to manifest this powerhouse line that you have, which you don't have, and you tried to shove it in with one of our Blake Corum-esque type of running backs, and it failed. It failed twice. And that's the disappointing part of it, that they couldn't say, hey, let's at least get the field goal, let's get the points. Or let's do something different. Let's maybe pass it to our NFL body type #1 wide receiver that's on there. And that's the part where it's like, come on. It's important. We need to score first. We need to score first.
See, this is where you guys and I disagree. I think we need to go into the muck, into the muckety muck, because we're gonna be dragged into the muckety muck. There's no denying it. This is MSU. This is rivalry week, for crying out loud. Both sides can talk all they want about, we're going to stay away from the shenanigans. They can't stay away from the shenanigans. Shenanigans are part of this whole deal. It's ingrained. Especially on a 7:30 p.m. game where both sides have been stewing all day. Forget the fans, both teams, I'm saying. There's going to be some nastiness. There's going to be some ill will. There's going to be some things that they're going to have to repent for when they go back to the church on Sunday. Okay, there's going to be some repentance going on. But Saturday night it's going to be All Hallows Eve. Okay, let's be honest. It's going to be ghosts and ghouls out there, and it's just going to be a matter of who's the bigger ghost and the ghoul. And I think the Michigan Wolverines have the hosses to get the job done. The other thing that I liked from the Washington game was Rashawn Benny. I think Rashawn Benny is going to have a big game this week. He's an in-state kid. I think this is going to be his last game in rivalry week, right? And I think this kid is going to have a heck of a game. He's going to be one of them big boys, them big houses that's going to put the foot down and say, hey, this is about who is the bigger man in this state. Because the bigger man is going to go home with the biggest man of all, the trophy, Paul Bunyan. So for me, my household, I think the Michigan Wolverines are going to get the job done. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be ugly. At times, it might be a bit unsettling in a lot of ways, but I think they're going to pull it off. My prediction: Michigan 31, MSU 10.
Jeez.
Ooh.
One, I'll
Going to get ugly at the end though, because it is going to be a blowout at their place, and it's going to get chippy. It's going to get chippy.
One, I'll readily admit I picked against Michigan against Washington, so that.
Oh, that reminds me. You got called out by a lot of people. Primarily, though, Jacob wanted to call you two out specifically for picking against Michigan last week. How dare you? Continue.
Out there, but I proved me wrong. That's okay.
They proved you wrong. What do you mean prove me wrong? They proved you wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Michigan won. Come on, this guy. Holy smokes. Prove me wrong. Holy smokes.
This one's gonna be uncomfortably close. I feel like I'm gonna go Michigan 24, Sparty 21. 24-21.
You think they're really gonna put 21 points on us, huh? Holy smolies.
All right. I'm going to go. So there's something that stinks about this game, okay? Because in reality, this should be a stomp, okay? The talent differential, the quality of play, this should be 21 plus point spread. But the fact that it's, 14 or whatever it is, they know. The odds maker know. I mean, it should be bigger. It should be really like a 30-point spread, honestly. And it could. There is a path where this could be finally the Michigan Wolverines put up a 40 burger and hold MSU to 10. That could happen. So I say they come close, but not quite. Something like 38. Let's call it 38-13.
38-13. Holy smokes. There's a bigger blow than I was anticipating. Because hey, like I said, there's still gonna be some muckety muck. But anywho, there you go, folks. 3 predictions, 3 votes for the Wolverines to come out yet again victorious for rivalry week and keep Paul Bunyan back in Ann Arbor. It's gonna be a long Saturday though. Let's be honest. Stewing all day. I can't even imagine being at the tailgate. Can you imagine that? Starting off at like 10 a.m., waiting for a 7:30 kickoff.
So bad.
In a parking lot in the middle of East Lansing on a cold October afternoon. Oh, mamma mia. How many Bud Heavies can you go through in one day?
I don't know.
This is inviting just chaos and like literally injuries and crime. It's an invitation for people getting hurt and crimes. That's more of it's going to happen by virtue of a late start. That's a poor decision. Oh,
this was a horrible call by the Big Ten scheduling office. Again, we're not saying that it's going to be one side or another. We're saying Michigan fans and Michigan State fans drinking all day is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Do you know how fat we are? You know how many beers we could put down? Holy smokes.
Everything you say is true, but don't forget to just remind and add in there layered on top of the history of vitriol. This is toxicity times like exponential. This is a bad mix. It's already
criminal
bad.
charges. Let's put it that way. There have been criminal charges. Oh,
not good.
Not good at all. Yeah. I mean, anyway, we're gonna pray for the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as that goes, as far as violence and chaos, and mayhem, we're gonna hope that both sides show good restraint, good godly Christian restraint. You know what I'm saying?
I actually do have one quick prayer request. Now
Uh-oh.
that you mention it, now that you mention it,
All right.
honestly, this is not like a quip or a joke. No, Bryce Wood's safety. Honestly, like the cheap shots or the going after. No, he needs to stand upright at the end and not and come out unscathed.
Yes.
We're
Slide
very-
early. Slide early.
Slide early, slide often.
Blow him out and stick Jay Davis in there, baby.
Wow. Wow.
Jeez.
Sorry, jeez.
Throwing him to the wolves.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Anywho,
Come on, at least a little Mikey Keene out there, huh?
is he off the injured list? I don't
Yeah,
even
he's
know.
off now.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. Maybe Mikey King could get in there. You know what I'm saying? Anywho.
or Herb Street. Get Herb Street a little action.
Oh my gosh, let's not get crazy. Herb Street Jr.? No.
Yeah.
He's far from ready.
Come on, my alma mater. Alma mater. Say next Bombers, baby. We need another St. Xavier Bomber in there. Let's go.
You're nuts. You're nuts. No way.
High school, prep school is just I don't know what's going on here.
Like I said, I'm just hoping for everybody to get out of there safe and sound. No craziness. But anyway, Michigan, another year of victory in the rivalry week game. Hopefully that comes to be. Raise a glass to Paul Bunyan and the long legacy of excellence that he and his big blue ox. What was the name of the ox? Was it Gabe? I think it was Gabe. Him and Gabe. Raise a glass to both of you, and we hope that you come home with the Michigan Wolverines this Saturday. We say, go blue.
Go Blue.
Who?
Beat Sparty.
It wasn't Gabe. It was Babe.
Babe. I was gonna say Babe. I'm serious, but you sounded like you knew what you were talking about.
No, I'm drunk. What do I know?
I have no idea who.
I thought it was
It's
Babe.
the big blue ox. That's his companion that he goes on all his
Yeah,
adventures with.
yeah. You. That's good memory.
See,
Even
there
though
you go.
you messed it up, but you still got it in the end.
The big blue ox, though.
Yeah.
It's the big
Yeah.
green ox. So there you go. So let's go blue. Anywho, all right. Laters.